Okay, so this video is going to outline the database building process. So exactly what you need to do to build that database for either your seminar selling or your rep on the road. We'll take you through the database program, show you exactly how it works. In your database build folder, you'll see the first document is how to obtain the database building program. The second document is the hottest prospects. These are the businesses or the business categories we feel are most likely to take up the offer early on. And then you'll also see the third document, it's just a list of all the Google categories, so you get a feel for just how many different categories are represented on Google and are represented by their local directory as well. The fourth document outlines the process, and it just takes you through the process, but this video sort of will do that job as well. And the fifth document is just the phone script that's used to get the email addresses from those businesses that you're looking to use the email database for. So let's go through the hottest prospects and just show you that spreadsheet to begin with. So this is the document here, and you'll see down the side here we've got a list of around about 70 businesses that we believe are categories that are easy to prospect for to begin with. Now in some marketplaces the same business industry may be represented by a different name. For example, vet may be veterinarians in your marketplace, tyres may be spelt with a T-I-R-E-S, but you'll get the sense for each of these categories just by recognizing what it is we're talking about. But have a look in the Google AdWords and it'll tell you what's more likely to be a popular term used. For example, panel beaters in some countries are smash repairs. So just be mindful of that, but you should be able to get the 70 categories just by looking through these. The next thing to do is you want to get the number of searches that each of these categories is attracting in your marketplace. To do that, we use the Google AdWords tool, and I'll show you how to go about finding that. Just type in Google AdWord tool into the search here on Google, and you'll see here the first example is the Google keyword tool. Just click on that. What the site tells you is how many searches are happening each month looking for that particular industry or using these search terms in that particular market. So the first one there was accommodation, so we type in accommodation, and then we put the marketplace that you're in, Bloemfontein in this example. Come down here, change the locations to be the country, South Africa, fill out the spam bot and click on search. Okay, what we're looking for is this figure here, local monthly searches, 9,900 for accommodation in Bloemfontein. We take that number and we add it back to our list here, 9,900 searches. We'll take the next business, and I'll just show you the two examples, and I'm sure you'll get it after two. We come back and we put in accountants, leaving Bloemfontein there, click on search again, and we see that for accountants Bloemfontein there's 91 local monthly searches for an accountant in Bloemfontein, and we go back and we put 91 there. Obviously there's a big difference between people looking up accommodation and accountants in Bloemfontein. So you just go through each of the industries and you put down the number of searches that respective industry is attracting in your marketplace. Once you've completed all the search fields, then we need to look up the industry on the database program. Open up the database program, type in the respective keyword and then the city, and sometimes you'll need to put in the country, sometimes you don't. Click on search, and once you've clicked on search, the respective businesses turn up. Now only 8 businesses turn up at a time. To get an additional 8, you just click on that little plus there, or that little plus up the top there, and that'll bring the next 8 down, and that's the next 8 ranking. Now be mindful, as we've seen with accommodation, there was 9,900 inquiries. Therefore we're more likely to take this down to a full list, which would be down to 32 prospects. So right down to the business that's ranked number 32nd on Google. That other example, accounting, where there was only 91 people searching that particular industry, it would make sense to probably just go to 16 or 24, but it wouldn't make sense to go all the way down to this button 4 times and looking at it. Once you've got down to the desired number of prospects you're looking for in each industry, you just click on the export button and then you add the number of searches into a column. I'll show you what I mean. Click on export up the top. My recommendation would be to save it not just as placemat results, but to save it as the particular industry that you're looking for. In this case here it was accommodation Bloemfontein. It makes sense to also just set up a separate file called Bloemfontein, for example, and put all the different files into it. And click on save. Once you've saved the CSV file, then just open it up and click on insert in column A and just insert a new field called searches. and in this case put that 9,990, which is the number of searches this particular industry's got, and drop that down so it's included on that entire list. Once you've used the database tool and got a list for every single category, then you want to put them all into one big list. Simply cut down from this side, click on copy, and copy into your total database. Insert copied cells. Once you've created your complete database document or spreadsheet, you just want to do a couple of things to it. Firstly, you want to deduplicate the lists to take out any businesses that are featured across multiple industries. We do that by using both your address and phone number fields. Any business that has the same address and the same phone number is likely to be a duplication. Click on deduplication and just make sure the address and phone number is clicked, and click on OK. If you're going to be mailing out this database, you need to separate the address fields. What you'll see with the database program is it keeps the entire address on one line, and if you're going to be sending it to a printer and they're going to be sending it out in the postcard or letter format, then you need to just separate those fields. I'll show you what I mean there. Create two new fields, insert a field here in G and insert a field in F. Call one the city or the region and call the other one postcard, and then just take the name of the city. You'll see this has got the street address and then the city, put the city there and put the postcode across. And as we go down here, some of these are different, Mornington instead of Dunedin, and the postcode there. So that's the way we make sure that the database is ready for a mail out. It's a little bit arduous in the work you've got to do there, but that makes sure that the database is ready to be sent via a mail merge. The last step is to add email addresses. If we were going to email out the database to our prospective clients, then we're going to need to gain the email addresses. To do that, we've got to get some people on the phones and we've got to get in touch with these businesses on the database. We've found that this particular phone script works an absolute treat to getting email addresses off people quickly. So you're taking the phone numbers and the details of the people that you've got on your database, you're ringing them up and say, "Hi, my name is Roy, the Keep It Local project has asked me to give you a quick call regarding your Google ranking." Just to explain, that's a call of differentiation. If you say I'm ringing from the Keep It Local project, people are more likely to turn down a business than they are to turn down an individual. So by separating yourself from the business, this is just one of the cool script tricks that works for this. How are you today? We're just ringing Bloemfontein accountants to let them know where their business ranks in Google and how many Bloemfontein people are actually searching terms that relate to accountants. Now I was going to send you this information in an email. What would be the best address to send it to? Now, is there anybody else that I should send this information to? What would their email address be? It's as simple as that, and honestly, you'll get email addresses within a 3-minute conversation at tops, and you'll be on to the next one. So it is a really quick process to get email addresses. The call script really does work, and we've tested it in a number of markets. It works everywhere. There's just two things left to do. Obviously, the first of which is to add an email column, and then just to put the different email addresses in. The other one is this, and I'm just going to show you this quickly. Click on here, click on data sort, and just sort it by its position. And you'll see I've already done this here, but in this instance, in the position column, the businesses will be ranked 1 through to 10. Now you'll see I've already done this one here. You just need to put the little TH for 10th, take the first two boxes, and then just pull it all the way down, so that would recognize that as 10th. And you just go right through the 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 20th, 21st, etc. Because what we do with the mail out is we say you're coming 20th. It doesn't sound good English when we say you're coming 20. So we just need to make sure that the mail merge field says their ranking and it includes the TH or the ST, etc. I'm sure that makes sense to you. That's building the database. Pretty simple process really, but those are all the little tricks to make sure you've got both a mailing database and or an email database should you choose to use one of the two communication strategies.